We have some news right now. Donald Trump and the Trump administration have removed MLK Day and Juneteenth as free admissions day to national parks. But you know which day they added? Donald Trump's birthday.
Let's be clear here, folks. This is not a fucking accident. This isn't a policy change. It's straight up disrespect. It's racist, it's petty, it's narcissistic, and it shows everyone exactly what kind of leadership that we're dealing with right now.
I swear to God on everything I love, when I saw this, I thought it was fake. I thought it was AI. I'm like, nah, ain't no way. This is very real.
I voted for Trump, but seeing him do this, Martin Luther King and Juneteenth, 2 black days for his birthday? What? Oh my gosh, what's going on, bro?
Is anybody shocked about the blatant racism? I need you to stop and take a moment and just imagine what it's like to be a person of color right now. Imagine knowing what it's like the President of the United States of America, one of the most powerful countries in the world, thinks that you're nothing.
Flag Day is, if we were ranking the holidays, has to be the lowest on the scale. It's because it's Trump's birthday. It's because he's a racist, narcissistic sociopath. Him and his administration are pushing forth this white America is going to make America great again.
A quick summary of how Donald Trump is a friend to the black community. First, he removed the Black Lives Matter mural in Washington, D.C. Secondly, he signed an executive order attacking the Museum of African American History. His administration also began removing black historic figures from federal websites.
Trump administration has changed its policy on when you can visit national parks for free. Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth have been removed. June 14th, which is both Flag Day and President Trump's birthday, will now be included.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump and the Trump administration have removed MLK Day and Juneteenth as free admissions day to national parks. But you know which day they added? Donald Trump's birthday. Donald Trump's birthday, also Flag Day on June 14th, will now be a free admission day to national parks. It's just a symbolic nature of what Donald Trump is trying to do here, and it's pretty evident.
This orange creamsicle looking motherfucker, I swear. This guy's got the audacity, man, to erase MLK Day and Juneteenth. In case you haven't heard, the Trump administration just updated their free fee National Park Day, right, for 2026. And guess what they did, y'all? Only 2 of the most important fucking days in United States history for black people. And you know what they replaced them with? Donald Trump's birthday, his own birthday, as a fee-free patriotic day. You can't make this shit up, man. Let's be clear here, folks. This is not a fucking accident. This isn't a policy change. It's straight up disrespect. It's racist, it's petty, it's narcissistic, and it shows everyone exactly what kind of leadership that we're dealing with right now. And the fucking Interior Department. The Interior Department has got the nerve to put out a statement talking about putting American families first. Really? Which families are you talking about here, buddy? Because it sure as hell ain't the black ones.
I swear to God on everything I love, when I saw this, I thought it was fake. I thought it was AI. I'm like, nah, ain't no way. This is very real. This is, in fact, very, very real. And yes, this is absolutely insane.
Why they saying, bro, Trump took away Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day for his birthday? What? And the crazy thing is, bro, I voted for Trump, but seeing him do this, Martin Luther King and Juneteenth, 2 black days for his birthday? What? Oh my gosh, what's going on, bro?
We have some news right now. Donald Trump and the Trump administration have removed MLK Day and Juneteenth as free admissions day to national parks.
Is anybody shocked about the blatant racism? I need you to stop and take a moment and just imagine what it's like to be a person of color right now. In any country. Just truly take a moment. Imagine what it's like to be black right now. Imagine knowing what it's like the President of the United States of America, one of the most powerful countries in the world, thinks that you're nothing. Imagine what it feels like to know that there are groups of white supremacists whose only mission is to hunt down people of color. Imagine what it's like feeling like you have to look over your shoulder every day. As a white person, I will never, ever truly understand what it's like to feel that way. And every white person needs to sit in that feeling for a while. Imagine what it's like giving an opinion and being questioned on everything you do and everything you say. You're asked to provide receipts, but if your skin is white, they believe you. Imagine being someone who's Indigenous, who literally has people screaming every day that the G-side in Canada didn't happen. Imagine people whose children and families never came home. Imagine someone saying to your face that that didn't happen. How would you feel about that? Imagine being a student immigrant, being promised in their country a future with an education in Canada. But when they arrive here, they end up in the Ontario School of Business or other privately funded education centers. They get here and the schools shut down. So now they are stuck here having to work minimum wage jobs. Imagine being a doctor or a surgeon from another country where your skin is brown. Imagine that doctor having to work as an Uber driver in Toronto because his credentials haven't been qualified by the government yet. But yet that man will receive the same racist hate from these people. So you see, it doesn't matter what they do for a living or what they say or what they believe. They'll make excuses that immigrants are stealing your jobs. Well, we only want people who contribute to our society. Well, you're letting a doctor drive for Uber. Just imagine what it's like to be profiled. I encourage all Canadian content creators to do a video about racism. The BIPOC community in Canada is under significant threat. And for just a moment, have empathy. Just imagine what the BIPOC community goes through every single day. You can take 5 minutes to make a video. Do you notice how few members of the BIPOC community there are on this app? It's because every time they speak out, they get attacked. So if you know any BIPOC creators, go give them some love. Go tell them how their words have helped you or how much you enjoy their content, because today's going to be a really hard day for them. If you see or hear racism, shut the conversation down. Call these people out and make them shrink back under the rock they belong under. And to everyone in the Black community today, I'm so sorry. Nobody should ever have to live like this. Love and light and blessings to all of you today.
MLK Day and Juneteenth are being replaced by President's Day and Donald Trump's birthday because, let me tell you something. Flag Day, what day is it on right now? What day? Tell me. You don't know, right? Flag Day is, if we were ranking the holidays, has to be the lowest on the scale. It's because it's Trump's birthday. It's because he's a racist, narcissistic sociopath. Him and his administration are pushing forth this white America is going to make America great again. Those days that were reserved for people to come check out the park for free to highlight the fact that MLK did a lot of great things in this country, the fact that Juneteenth celebrate the days when Black Americans were actually free in this country, swiped for essentially President's Day, he's the president, and his birthday. This is absurd. This is insane, but this is what we expect under Trump's presidency. Racism in action. Every time you read one of these articles, you're like, this has to be like satire, this has to be Onion. No, this is the actual world we live in, and it happens every day. Disgusting.
Keep in mind, this is someone who is quoted as saying the Black community loves him and votes for him. Surprisingly, he did see gains in this last election cycle. 15% of Black voters voted for Donald Trump in 2024. That was an increase from 8% in 2016. So let's do a quick summary of how Donald Trump is a friend to the Black community. First, he removed the Black Lives Matter mural in Washington, D.C. He didn't want to see it in his own backyard. Secondly, he signed an executive order attacking the Museum of African American History. His administration also began removing Black historic figures from federal websites and even a memorial in Europe. And they've been attacking and defunding HBCUs across the United States and, of course, attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion. What a friend to the Black community he is.
Donald Trump consistently says that the Black community loves him and that he's making their lives better. And then he consistently does things that turns his back on the Black community and just shows how racist and old and out of touch he is and how much he only cares about himself. Yesterday, he removed Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth, both federal holidays, let me remind you, from free national park entrance. In the days anybody can show up at the park and enter for free. and instead he replaced it with his own birthday. So tell me, would a president that cares about the black community, that cares about Americans, that cares about citizenry, remove federal holidays honoring black Americans and honoring freedom for black Americans and replace it with their own birthday that has no significance at all on this day, on this country, on this earth? Legitimately, you could argue Donald Trump's presence in the country and on this earth has made it worse forever.
You mean to tell me 2 holidays that's tied to a lot of black history has been removed? And they're trying to remove it from schools and all this other stuff. And the bullshit excuse they use is because we're trying to move past it. We don't want to keep reliving or make y'all relive it. No, we're not reliving it. We're just keeping it alive. And what makes this crazy is nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this to be swapped out. They just made a decision amongst themselves from the top. Y'all got to understand that situations like this mostly always come with no explanation, no transparency, nothing. And anytime something moves like this behind closed doors, y'all already know the agenda. Why are the holidays that matter to American history be the ones suddenly expendable? Removing a civil rights holiday for a president's holiday is diabolical.
On his birthday, you can get into national parks for free. No longer, though, on Juneteenth or Martin Luther King Day. Don't forget that this is our president. This is who the American people voted in. He's changing everything in front of our eyes. But that's what Americans wanted, right? Change. So he's making changes. He's definitely making changes. For whose benefit? Well, certainly not the American people.
So he gave himself a military parade at the Americans' expense. He also renames the U.S. Institute of Peace to Donald Trump U.S. Institute of Peace. FIFA gives him a fake-ass peace prize because he cannot win a Nobel Peace Prize on his own. And now he wants to get free entry days at national parks, removing Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day. You cannot make this shit up. So the Frump and Dump administration quietly did this. They didn't announce it. It was actually updated on the National Parks website, showing their 2026 free entrance days as President's Day, Memorial Day, Flag Day / Frump and Dump's birthday, and then so on and so forth, removing Juneteenth and Martin Luther King's birthday. And also, if you want any more indication that this is definitely a racist move, he's also raising the fees for visitors who are not American citizens or permanent residents. You cannot make this shit up, even if you freaking tried, man. Now, the price to enter a national park varies by park. However, Frump and Dump has added a flat $100 non-resident fee at 11 popular parks for those who are not a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident of the United States. If you want an annual pass, you will have to pay an additional $250 beginning in 2026 for non-residents. With all this shit that Frump and Dump is doing, he's literally just trying to rewrite history, and he is also trying to make sure that his name will be somewhere forever. That's why he's renaming all these buildings and trying to rename football. He said they need to come up with a new name for football. Baby. Y'all put your thoughts. This is Double D Mo for the Black Street News. Child, I'm so tired. I am so tired.
So we've got some big news today that makes me wonder if we're living in North Korea, if we're living in America. As you may have seen, Donald Trump is removing Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day and adding his own freaking birthday to the list of national park days for free admission. This is so crazy again. This is something that you would expect from Kim Jong-un in North Korea probably, but not in America. As far as I know, there's never been a president do this before, but it's just another example. Trump is putting his own ego above the country, and he's using this as a way to remove, again, 2 sacred holidays from our country to represent what America actually is, not about his own fragile ego. Drop a blue heart down below if you're as angry about this as I am.
Project 2025 has been checked off since the Trump administration has been in office. Today, y'all, probably seconds ago, they just erased Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth from being a free admission at the national parks. They erased it and put it with Flag Day, which happens to be Donald Trump's birthday. Listen, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to take us back, we're not going anywhere. We are here to stay. We done persevered through some of the toughest times. It's going to continue to persevere because it's what's in us. And y'all terrified of what lives within us because y'all don't have that. We already know what it is. This is why y'all ain't got no panic or no uproar out of us, because in reality, we don't really care. We know how to fight back now with our brains and not our hands and not our fists. We don't want war. We want peace. And y'all want to just have all of this. Listen, it's not our fault that y'all women don't want to have no babies. Because guess what? We gonna have our babies no matter how it is and what it is. I'm just saying. But y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. We ain't going back 100 years. We gonna go forward 100. And whatever you do and however you and your party does it, guess what? It's not gonna work. Because guess what? We stand strong with our ancestors and the ancestors before us. But y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. But this is like not, you know what I'm saying, surprising. How you gonna take days when you couldn't even open the government for 40 some days? The longest in history is with you. Y'all know what to do. Get in the comments. Let's go. Crazy work.